Hey everyone, or anyone. I know Anna, you're awake. Maybe you'll pop on. I'm not sure. I don't do this live thing very often, but um, I wanted to talk about this while I head out this morning. All the major mainstream, lamestream medias are reporting now this cell phone outage problem started around 3 or 4 a.m. and just continues to grow. And what I've found so funny, and maybe it's not funny because so many people in so many different areas are affected, hardly any YouTubers where we go for truth, and perhaps we got to go to Rumble now or X or wherever. Hey, is that you, Anna? Good morning, if it is. I'm going to run to the gas station and top off here. Anytime there's any type of problems going on. Hey, Holly, good morning. Anytime there's any kind of problems, the first thing I always do is run to the gas station and top off because uh, if there were to be some sort of major nationwide hack or whatever, um, you know, how long is it going to be before gas stations run out of gas, right? So I got one of my 5-gallon jugs that was getting close to empty. I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. And even if the gas stations continue to be open and there's no kind of problem, 9 times out of 10, gas is just going to go up because anytime there's any type of glitches in the world, they always take advantage of that and pump the oil prices up. So I'm just running to the gas station. I'm back to driving a little bit here until hopefully that job becomes available for me. Um, if I can't read your chat, I'll go back later and read after I get done. But like I say, I am driving, so I got to pay attention. But I don't know if y'all are aware or not, but there is a major cell phone outage taking place right now. It started about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. And what's crazy is that it is in all the big, huge markets. San Francisco, LA is some of the biggest ones that's reporting problems. It's AT&T for the most part, but if you go to downdetector.com, it's every network available is having an outage. So it's funny because hardly anybody's covering it on these alternative, where we really get our news. And I wonder if it's because so many people are affected. Even the 911 systems in Florida, a lot of Florida ones are affected. There have been Orlando, Tampa, they've all been reporting on problems. So I just wanted to go live and try to get the word out because I know a lot of times when I do those little short videos, they don't always pop up in people's feeds. So I just wanted to come on and talk about it for a minute while I drive out to the store. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my roadie app today or not. The roadie app, that's how I drive and earn a little bit of money here. But every bit of that is on cell phone signal. Now, right now here in Tennessee, I'm fine. I'm good. But a little bit earlier, though, probably an hour ago, at my house, the only way my phone would work, which I have Verizon, but the only way the phone was working was if I was on Wi-Fi. I didn't have any service there for about 10 minutes at my house. And I guess I just wanted to bring up a couple of points that it always makes you think about, like, even though, we prep and we prepare and we feel like we're probably, a lot more prepared than most people who still have the scales on their eyes. You always think of those little last minute things. Oh, do I have this? Do I have that? I should probably grab some of this, if I'm going to hunker down, because here's the thing, and it's not just me who might say this, but I was scrolling through YouTube and just seeing what some of the lamestream media, who are all reporting on it now, were saying about it, and the guy was like, the one guy, he was like, I'll give it 3 hours. If it's a nationwide outage, panic will set in 3 hours. And that's the problem. everybody is tied to their phones, and I've been having a lot of discussion about this here over the weekend with some friends and some new friends I've met. We're all just tied to our phones. I mean, and I admit it, it's like I've got two addictions left in my life. One's my cell phone and one's sugar, and I'm doing pretty good about kicking the sugar. But there's going to come a day where we're not going to have these phones to rely on. And for us who are fully understanding of that, yeah, it's going to be a convenience, but we're not going to be those people who are going to freak out and run out in the street. But all these other people who have no clue what's going on, and then all of a sudden their cell phone ain't working for 3 or 4 hours, people are going to start freaking out. All these kids who, their whole entire life are hooked to a telephone, to a cell phone. We can call it telephone. They don't know what you're talking about if you say telephone. So, yeah, I just, I always think about that factor, that I'm just going to sit here for a minute before I go get my fuel so I can finish talking to y'all. But I always think about that, like, I'm not concerned, like, yeah, it'll be an inconvenience, but, I know that there's going to come a day where we're not going to be able to just pick up the phone and communicate, and that's okay, because who we need to communicate with the most, it don't take a cell phone to communicate with him. So as long as we got him in our life and we are, close to our family and can make connection with everyone, then that's the main thing to worry about. And speaking of that, I just ask y'all if you would just say a prayer for my sister, my oldest sister, and she's actually in the hospital right now. Very strange appendicitis at 63 years old. So just pray for her. They're not wanting to take it out. They're treating her with IVs. And so I may be going to Pikeville today, especially if their phones are out completely up there and I can't get a hold of anybody to check in and see how she's doing. So I'm going to jump off. I'm going to run and get gas and probably run and pick up a few, maybe a couple, groceries, something that you can always have a few more of on hand. But I'm not doing it because of panic. I had to admit, the creamer in the sugar is the one, or in the coffee is the one thing that I do like to have a little bit of, at least on hand. And I don't have any creamer right now, so it's probably nothing. Thank you, I appreciate it so much. Yep. I'm buffering now. Yep. There's problems throughout the whole nation. But what I was going to say, if y'all can hear me, is that time after time, this is not the first time that something like this has happened, but every time we think, is everything going to be okay here in the next 10 minutes to an hour, or is this actually it this time? And we think it every single time. But if every single time we don't do anything at all, then that one time it'll come and catch us off guard. So I do a little bit every single time something like this happens. I don't freak out. I don't panic. When the in 2020, I didn't panic, but I did go and make sure that I was extra stocked up. I heard about it happening in January. And when I heard about it happening in January, I went and I spent a couple of days getting extra stocked up. And I had some conversations with people, and they're like, it ain't nothing, it's the flu season. And that was in January of 2020. And, well, we know what happened after that. So, I just think, if each time that something like this happens, we just, assess, do an assessment. I think that's the best thing to do. That's right, Anna. Just stay calm, because we know the big man has got full control. And really, if our hearts are, if you feel the same way I do, and your heart's in the right place, then this should be a joyous time. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some trouble we got to go through, but just keep your eyes on the prize. Thank y'all so much for joining in with me. I appreciate you. Much love to everyone, and hopefully, well, who knows? We'll find out what's going on. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day, and I'm gonna go and get some stuff done. Take care. Thanks for joining.